Yes, I can. Okay.
Hi.
Hey, we won.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, sorry for the stress I put you through.
No, 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 no. It's fine.
Uh,
Hi, good to see you here.
Good to
You're
see
looking
you
fresh.
here.
I
Praise God.
want to be like you when I grow
I beg
up.
you, Jerry. I beg you. You're looking
Wow.
good yourself. You're looking good
Uh,
yourself. And
Thank you. And you
your wife
too.
is
You're
doing
looking
a great
amazing.
your wife is doing a great job.
Yeah, great to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for honoring the
Yeah,
invitation. I
thank
appreciate it.
you.
I appreciate it.
Yep,
How are the
my
kids?
pleasure.
How are they doing?
They're fine, thank God. They should be sleeping by now.
Okay. I hope
Yeah,
so.
yes, I had to tell them. I mean, guys, I have to be live, so should allow me to
Of
do
course.
my work, and they should go and do their own work by sleeping because it's time to
Serious.
sleep.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
it would be something else. But thank God.
amazing. Wow,
Thank God.
thank God.
Maybe from your end, you could invite some of your friends. I already
Oh,
invited a few
sure.
people when I was trying to reach out to you. So it's my
Oh,
first
okay.
time actually. So
Oh, wow.
yes.
Okay.
My first time. Just
I,
wanted
I'm
to.
I'm sharing on my page now.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm
That's
doing
cool.
that right away.
Hey, I have just. Oh, hey, Tayo is here. Can you see him?
Wow, Mr. Winston Tayo. Amazing,
Hey,
amazing.
oh,
Boss, it's a
Tayo.
pleasure.
Good to see you.
Good.
Welcome,
Welcome,
Tayo.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Tayo, we're happy
Today.
here. I
Yeah,
got
it can be invited
uh,
too.
yeah, it can be invited though. You can come. You can come up and tutor us, being our boss,
Yes. Yeah,
especially being my
yes.
boss. Who's this? I see. Oh, my apostle is watching. Tenebre Patrick. Whoa, so good to have you here,
Hi.
sir. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Wow.
Okay, just a minute. A minute.
Okay.
Let me come online. Just a minute.
Welcome
Yeah.
so much, Tayo.
Yeah.
We
We're in
want to
Nigeria.
ask.
This is what happens to us now. I
I
mean,
better ask
so
you.
so
I
just
know how
just
it
give
is.
me a moment. Let me turn on my gen.
Okay.
Sorry guys. Yeah.
Yes, like Joe, so you need to put Jen on. Thank you so much for coming, guys. I didn't expect this caliber of men coming around to see what we want to talk about. I think we're going to talk about tonight what is going on with our gospel musicians, what's the latest on ground. Basically, honestly, what came to mind when I and Don Fair was talking about music and all that. Um, I told him, I said, why it's a very hard topic. I don't know. I hope Nano could drive me come up for this place tonight, but let him come. Maybe he should introduce it. Pastor Joseph Odia is watching. Is it the Pastor Joseph I know? Which one is this?
Okay.
Okay, I see you are back.
I'm back.
I was about to talk about the topic for tonight. I'm scared. Maybe you should raise it. I don't know.
You're the host. In fact,
Like,
yes, because now I'm standing on a solid rock because I know I
solid
have
rock.
some great people. Tayo is here,
Oh
so
my
he can
God.
also be invited to help me out. Mr. Tayo, I
Okay.
haven't seen you, but I've heard so much about you. Well done, sir.
Really?
Yeah,
Tayo,
I
our
haven't.
good guy.
I have not seen him. I've actually
Well, I'm
not seen
surprised because
him.
you're good on your path, and he is very, very good. I've not
Wow,
Tayo is like a childhood friend. Let me
wow.
just call him child because we've been together for years. We've worked together for years.
Hmm.
before he traveled,
Amazing.
and then I traveled. And
Oh,
my last song, he produced it.
oh, beautiful. Wow. The one
Yeah,
we
which is
featured the
exactly.
Watsi, right?
Yeah. He
Beautiful
produced
job, bro.
I'm always proud of him. Thank you for being here, my Apostle Patrick. Thank you, Pastor Joseph, for coming. My baby, I don't know if she's still there. I can't even see. Oh my God. Where are you? Are you still there? Okay, basically, we're talking about gospel musicians. What we're saying is it right for them to be paid? We're talking about both the, it's a hard topic. It's a hard topic, okay? Yeah,
I'm on
it's
a
a
hot
hard.
seat right now.
Even me, yeah. Gospel musicians who are being paid for working in church or maybe, I don't know, for doing their assignment in the house of God. What's your take on this issue? Do you think it's right, or do you think it depends on the church? I don't want to just. What's your take on it?
Hmm. This is a very, very
Thank
crucial
you.
and very
Apostle
crucial
Patrick,
topic.
thank you.
Yeah,
So sorry. Actually, oh
yeah.
yeah, she's back. My baby, my baby, she's here. So
Okay.
please go
You're
ahead.
welcome. Okay. Wow. Hmm. Okay. There's a lot in it. I mean, there's a lot of controversial
Yeah.
talk about whether musicians should be paid.
I'm sorry for cutting
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Actually,
Go ahead.
let's know where this is coming from, okay? It's not a
Mm,
personal opinion. I actually
great.
heard a few pastors talk about it. That is wrong. I know a very popular man of God who preaches against it. That is wrong for people to take money while working in the house of God. And I know
Mm,
that there are different dynamics to it. Yeah.
definitely.
But some churches pay. I know some churches that pay good, and they get the value for what they're paying for.
Mhm.
So I don't know. So just go ahead. Just go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just like you rightly mentioned, um, some churches pay, and I
Yeah.
mean, some don't even want to pay,
Okay.
and if we keep talking about this, like I said, it's a controversial, issues and still not resolved yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But one thing, yes, I mean, even till we grow old, we keep
It's a
talking
living
about whether
thing.
musicians
Yeah.
should be paid
I
or
know.
not. Okay,
Yeah.
so but my own take, I will put it in a two ways. I might not really answer it directly that okay, they should be paid or they should not be paid. But my angle
Okay.
is that um we all came into, I mean, this world and with different purposes in life,
Yeah.
and uh if your purpose is to just remain in church and get paid, please stay there. you know really.
Okay.
And if your purpose is just beyond church, please fulfill the God's given purpose for your life,
Mm-hmm.
and not just get stuck at a point, where, I mean, that you just remain there and you're not growing,
Yeah.
So this is where I see it, that at first, like I said, first of all, you need to ask, what's the purpose? Are you in a church to collect a salary? Let me put it, because I mean, the people, most musicians, they're growing, they learn a lot, getting materials and what have you, either physical meeting with mentors or even with books or videos. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
different materials,
Yeah.
and to equip themselves, to get to a standard where, okay, they should get a value, and people should value what they have,
Okay.
you know. So so you let me know if so if I'm still
I
on
know
board.
it's a very
You know?
complicated,
It is
very
very complicated.
controversial. Yes.
Seriously.
I want us, because all this while it's been pastors talking about it and
Mm,
people, circular people talking about it. But I want us
yeah,
as musicians, you are a musician, I
yeah,
am. What's our
mm,
mind? What's our take on it? Because we shy away from it. And it's something
mm,
that really pricks our heart sometimes. Some people are
yeah.
not sure, you know. So, and I know, to be honest, I think that a few churches that I really know, that I've even been a part of for some time, if you check those churches that pay their people or their musicians, compare to the churches that don't pay, you will see the difference.
Definitely.
You will see the difference.
Exactly. Definitely.
because because now that they have a place where, let me use the word comfortable, where they're comfortable in quotes,
Mm,
they tend to want to give their all. It's not as if they will not give their all serving God, but now they see it as a job. I
yeah.
know how it is. You know how it is with when you're like working, doing the job
Mm-hmm.
for someone. You just
Mm-hmm.
want to do extra, to compensate for the money that's given to you. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. To add to that, another question to back that up is, should the musicians ask for money when, for instance, I am a musician, I sing. Should we ask for money when we go to sing or to minister to churches? Should we be the ones to say, okay, this is my fee?
Mm.
Should we ask for it, or is there a way we should just keep it? I've had experiences, so let me share one. In the past, I used to go to lots of churches in Benin. Why are you laughing? I used to go to
Yeah, I can
churches.
see. We
People
we
can
know where
shout,
you're coming from.
where we're coming from. Because
Yeah.
some people, honestly, some churches don't know how to take care of their own. Let me not
Yeah.
just go secular. Let's just leave that one fair. Our
Mm.
own.
Our
They know
own.
how to, yeah, I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
our own. I don't want to compare, because this is God's kingdom against, you know, not really against, but as compared to.
Yeah.
Some churches don't really encourage. That's why you see that some of us, now secular, they go enter because they don't get the encouragement that they ought to get from the house of God. Some churches make it
Mm.
very difficult for people, for musicians, honestly. I
Yeah.
have experienced this, so I'm talking actually for myself, and I think a few other persons too. So maybe this is what triggered them doing it, because I used to work for someone. I used to be in a
Mm.
worship team. I don't want to mention names.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have compared different churches, how they take care of their own. Someone just came in. I don't know. Joshua, thank you for coming in. Um,
Thanks.
yeah, we're talking about musicians and why they should be paid. Should they be paid? Should they ask to be paid when they go for ministration? That's what we're talking about. So I think this is what triggers musicians, honestly. And it's not, most of the time, it's not a good thing. It's not a good. So I've had people say, because I was treated like this, I must give them my fee. Because
Mm.
I experienced this, because how would you expect somebody traveling from a state, one state to another? We're still around the payment stuff. Or I've left musicians working in church. Now I'm just talking about rubbing off on some other issues about payments and all that. How would you expect somebody living, for instance, because I mean, they just say, like Benin to Auchi for
Mm.
administration,
Which is a distance.
and the envelope you give to the person as honorarium doesn't even
Mm.
cover for the transportation to and fro. Not to
Mm.
talk of the thank you salary. You understand?
Yeah. Okay.
So if that happens, don't you think they will feel discouraged and tend to want to bring up a strategy on how to be compensated by themselves.
Okay, so for that, I think, like, I mean, I'll still come back to yes, I mean, like at first, like I said, the purpose, one needs to know his or her own purpose. Now, I'll give you the reasons why I said that. Okay,
Okay.
yes, we have a purpose, of course, and we have a goal. And yes, we go to church, and some of the church, like you mentioned, going from Benin to
Okay.
Auchi, which is a distance, and obviously,
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you you're not going to walk there. You're going to take either you charter a vehicle or you take the commercial, and I mean, just to get there. Even if you're
Yes.
driving your own, you need to buy fuel and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
you know, and yes, I mean, it's can be very painful when after after the administration, God using you to do mighty things, and all you could get was God bless you, you know. And yes, I mean, I've experienced a lot of it. And
Brother.
yeah, so uh, I had to change my mind onto the way I go for programs.
Okay.
Now, this is my own this is my own the way I should approach it, or the way I'm approaching it might not be the
Okay.
same way other people will approach it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, now I saw that as a challenge. It's a challenge, actually. It's a challenge, and I said to myself, God, how far? This skill that you're giving to me, he said, actually, I will sit before kings, have you? you know and a lot of a lot of things are not really, but now I shouldn't be asking people to for the gifts that you have given to me. I should be begging people to support. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Okay. Now I took it differently from just different from how we might just normally think. These people, they are supposed to. Now I put it
Okay.
upon myself. God, I need to be formidable. I need to. I mean, if I'm going for a program, if God willing that He wants me to go for that program, then I should be able to on myself. I'm not going to depend on the church, whatever they want to give me or not. But if they don't give me, I'll feel pain. I mean, like, why didn't why they should? Because they actually invited me. I didn't invite them, or I didn't walk in there as a
Yeah.
new convert. Do you understand? They invited me, and sometimes they can even, I mean, design a flyer. This big artist, this artist is coming and all that. And at the end of the day, so I don't want to cluster my head on just what I'm waiting to get from people.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So now I have to, like I said, I have to rethink the way I was thinking before. Okay, I need to start doing something. Okay, I need to start
Okay.
doing something. Yeah, yeah. It's really controversial sometimes. I'm like, why are you thinking like
Great.
this?
You're welcome.
You know. I,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say to
Thank
myself,
you,
okay,
Joshua.
thank you, Joshua. So if I'm coming to a church and I shouldn't expect anything from them. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I should be able to take care of myself and possibly every other person that will
Like
come
ready
with me.
yourself. Ready yourself.
Exactly.
Prepare.
Whether they are going to support me or not, I'm not going to wait for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, I had to be formidable, and I mean, so like, I'm not just I'm not thinking that it's only when the church gives me an honorarium that is when I should live a life.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
So that's the way I'm kind of wired into.
Okay.
I mean, however, I mean, I've stopped
I'm
attending.
sorry. I'm
I've
sorry.
stopped. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry for cutting you.
Yeah, go ahead,
But
please.
if they offer to give you something, would you take? Would you take? If they offer to, would you take?
Yeah, if they offer, I will take. If I'm led to give back, I will give back.
Oh, okay, that's great.
If I'm
Wow.
off, if I mean, definitely, I will take it. I worked for
Wow.
it. It should pay for my time.
Yeah.
Yes, because I had
Yeah.
years of practice to improve myself
Bros,
to the
if you
level
take if
before they
yeah,
will even invite me.
yes,
Because I mean, you get so.
if you take that money, oh, for me, oh,
Mm,
if you take that money,
mm.
there's no sin in that. No sin at all.
No, no,
Because the
no.
Bible says a
Mm,
man's gift will make, of course, you know how it goes. So, I
yeah,
mean, I mean, I mean, I mean, I mean, I mean, apart from even trying to take money from them or asking, I think it should be their own responsibility, first of all, to take care
yeah.
of a guest you're inviting into your home.
They
To
don't.
take care
It's
of
a low
them.
brainer. It's a low
Yes.
brainer for me
Is it
there.
not?
Yes,
Come on. You're
exactly.
inviting them.
Hmm.
Yeah. You're inviting them. So, I mean,
Yeah. Like I
that,
said, that
uh,
they invited them. They are not. They are new converts. They just walked into church. Okay, they are invited as guests. Means are not just inviting them to come to
yeah,
their church.
yeah.
As a new convert. I
New,
mean, what have
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Exactly. So they should be able to take care of them. They should.
Brother,
Yeah, but the problem, if I, so it's controversial, and
it is.
I mean,
I
yeah.
was
So
very,
the
you
way,
know, I told you I was shaking when I told you about this topic because I mean
Mm,
it's been on for a long time, you know.
yeah,
It's been
and
on
it's
for
not
a
still
long
gonna
time.
stop.
It's
Mm,
never gonna stop. We just want
it's
to
never
talk,
gonna stop.
do our own quota and deal with it the best way we can. Talk our
Exactly.
minds. Actually talking on behalf of those people who have not been able to voice out. I hear
Mm,
this all the time. I have also talked about it too because some of the times that we're being, you just get treated. Sometimes they don't even look at you at the end of the service. They just like as if nothing happened.
you
You know,
have to sit down and be waiting,
yeah,
and
you
why the
wait for
past
long hours.
what they will be having meetings, and you have to wait. And
Yeah,
like,
you have to
hello,
wait. You
I'm not
know.
I'm not a member of your church. So I've done my duty, and I need to go. I need to leave.
I mean,
And I've
bros,
actually walked out. I've left severally in some of the programs or
meetings.
concerts,
Yeah. Mhm.
and all that stuff. I've actually on my own, just like I said, you know, I don't want to be how would I put it? I don't want to be at the mercy of to
Yes.
any
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
whether or
Although
not
that
I
time.
move. Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
When
move.
I just started there, when I was going, especially when I was in Nigeria, yeah, I moved from one church
So,
to another. I remember this guy, Aaron. I don't know why he's not here. I think I tagged him. He used to call me a lot, like, we have a program, we have a program. Aaron just does the job. God bless him because he makes it easy. But all the programs Aaron did not attend, my brother, and I'm this kind of person that I don't like to bug people. I don't like to, even if I know that this is my right. Yeah, I don't like to worry people that much. Now that it's a lot of work, I expect that out of, churches differ. Why I think that it's not good to give a price tag to churches or to concert organizers is that if you invite this church today, tomorrow if you're inviting a bigger church, you can't say it's the same. Yeah,
definitely.
they can only
Yeah.
offer you what they have according to their pocket or according to their, stage. Yeah, I don't think it's right to put a price tag, but if they are generous enough to give you what befits you. Praise God. But at least, and the way it's done sometimes is wrong. The way it's done sometimes is wrong. Why do I say that? Sometimes I've been to concerts or some churches where I go minister, and somebody will just come and squeeze money in your hand.
They've abused the currency.
Man. My brother, it could be like the person I beg. You just can't beg them, come on. You understand? I was really pissed. I was pissed with one guy one time, and I told him, I said, I think there's a better way to do this. I was just being polite. I was hot inside because I mean, there were people there. I felt really like, I mean, you go count money for offering, just squeeze and put my hand. Do you understand? There's a way, and normally they're supposed to have organized. Maybe, well, I understand sometimes that money is not there. They're just waiting for offering. They give offering, they go count, give you. I understand, and I'm not trying to ridicule them. That's the stage, where they're operating, but there's still a better way to do it.
There's always a better way of doing whatever anyone is doing. There's always a better way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And I believe.
Definitely. Go ahead.
I believe that the things of God should be done orderly.
Exactly.
Things are done orderly. Yeah. So this is part of the things I honestly would want us to correct in the body of Christ because it's necessary. People don't talk about it, but it happens.
Yeah.
It happens, and it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Nobody would want that. It's like I cannot talk that one. It's not good. Maybe just
there's a lot of things now. I mean, a lot of things. Even sometimes musicians in church.
Sorry, Paul Otono is here. Hey, bro, welcome.
Welcome,
my friend from another mother. Welcome.
Okay, so I have a lot of backends, right?
Yes.
So there are a lot of things that we need to always talk about. I mean, we can't just stop talking about them because not just that. Obviously, change doesn't just happen. All of a sudden, it takes different. Takes time to happen. And I mean, so there's this part too that happens mostly in churches. Musicians who are paid musicians, in a church, and most times when they perform well, let's say that there can be the appreciation, words of mouth can be like 2% or 5%. At the moment they did not do well, they will call for a meeting.
Yes, that's another thing. That's another thing.
They call for meeting, and I was like, okay, so all these years I've been doing well. You guys even say, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And just this little, I want like, you have done the worst.
And I think the reverse should be the case.
Yeah, definitely.
The reverse should be the case. When they should make our result, the positive side, be louder. That sort of encourages people, When it's just like a husband and wife, let me tell you a little bit. When a husband or a wife keeps doing something good all the time, and the person just does something, we not join just once or twice, and you keep focusing on that particular one all the time, that person begins to feel discouraged, feels like don't even look at all the things I've done right. It's the same as humans. It's good to give people chance, to express themselves, and everything I think should be done in love. No matter even if you want to correct somebody, the way you correct the person matters too. The way you kind of put it to the person, it matters too. You understand? And I think it's well deserving of people who put their hearts, to or dedicated to what they're doing. It's well deserving to appreciate them. Maybe just take out a like end of year party to appreciate people who have been outstanding in their work with God and all that. Things like that. I don't know. Yeah. Although
That's
I
true.
remember that time when I was in church, church unusual in Benin. My pastor
Oh,
then, I just finished school and he was like, would you like to come work in church? We actually have, okay, this is another one now. Working in the administrative section of the church.
mm,
Because they have workers working in church, taking care of the administrative part of the church. Yeah. Okay. I
okay.
fell into that category as well. Okay. My pastor called me one time because I was so dedicated after service. I came to church. My mama, they call me church begin. I sleep in church all night, everything. I was there. So the pastor was like, wow. So he called me one. I was surprised, honestly, because I was looking for a job. I've been waiting for a job. So he called me. He was like, would you like to work with church? My brother, I won't lie, I was so happy. I'm like, anything, even if they were like going to give me a stipend, I was ready because I still want to be around. I was happy to be around the church environment. You understand?
Yeah. Sorry.
So I was getting paid. I was getting paid then. I was getting paid. Yeah. So for me, I didn't ask them. They called me to work in church, and before I even got there, other people were being paid. You understand?
Yeah.
This little bit, I think, is an aside from what we're talking about. But
Okay.
let me give another scenario of some musicians that come to church, work in this church, go to another church. After working in this church, after playing on Sunday, they leave the church, they go to another church. They have like 3 to 4 churches where they go for ministration. I think somebody was telling me, I don't want to mention, I don't want to mention his name. He told me he's in Lagos. He said that he has like 2, 3 churches where he goes every Sunday. I was like, which one be your church? Which particular one? Which
That's a
particular
job
one?
there.
Is it?
That's a job right there.
Yeah, that's a job. So I was like, I was a little bit confused. Honestly, I was a little bit confused. I was like, which particular one is your church? If you're saying that, do you understand?
Yeah.
Should this be encouraged? Why do you think that happens?
Okay. I mean, definitely. We demand always increase. Demand is always on the increase, and
Yeah.
people are trying to meet up. Kind of.
I know.
I mean, and we have different I mean, in this part of the world, we're in Lagos. I'm in Lagos. There's a lot that you need to even.
I
I
know
mean,
how it goes.
if do you understand? So, people try to meet up with a lot of things. Have some side hustles.
Yeah.
In addition to
Understand.
their main one, they are not that. So, for me, just I have a church that I play for. It's a church I
Okay.
play for, right? So,
Okay.
and of course, they pay me. I'm a paid musician there, all right?
Okay. Okay.
Then I also have a studio. I mean, that's actually where I'm at the moment talking now.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a studio, and this is side hustling, all right? Should I call
Yeah.
it
Of
side
course.
hustling, or should call it
Besides,
even? Should it be a side hustle? That's another
it's a
question
side
I want to
hustle
ask
now.
because
It's a side hustle
okay,
because
okay. So
where
now,
you are being paid now, is it
mm,
monthly?
yes, definitely,
Then
yeah,
this one is side because whether this
it's side
one
hustle.
gets or
Okay,
not,
great.
they could pay you. So this one,
I
this one
understand.
is side hustle.
I just want me to talk. I'm
They
beautiful.
set me
So,
up. Oh my
so
god.
yeah,
Oh my god.
I have a studio, and I mean, yes, a side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Another side hustle, although I've stopped that. I used to teach the young ones because of the love I have
Okay.
for children from age of 5. Yeah, music.
Wow.
This is
That's
a music hangout. So music, we're talking
cool.
about music. We are in the
Yeah.
music
Okay.
world now. So anything we are talking about is
Seriously.
music
Yeah.
related.
Hmm.
So this is music room. So let's talk anything we touch. If we touch this
Music.
equipment, that's music, music, music,
Okay.
music, music. So both the financial part of it, spiritual part of it, all of them all together. We'll talk
Encompasses.
about that
Yeah.
exactly. So I used to teach children from age 5 to 12.
Mm.
Specifically, and which is also a side of this. Some I have a virtual classes, and some I mean physical classes and what have you.
Wow.
So other instruments like the guitars too. I'm not very good at guitar, but I can teach. People
Okay.
have that.
Wow.
Those are part of things I found out that I can do. To
Mm.
actually also earn some money. All right, that
Of
is
course.
musically
Very
tickets.
important too.
So
Mm.
that those ones are even on one side. Now the other side is outside music.
Mm.
Yes, outside music. Yes, I'm a musician and
Yeah.
I'm also a musicpreneur. At the same time, I have to learn other means of income. Let me put it that way.
Sure. Hmm.
I have to go into cryptos. I have to learn it too.
You'll be person,
Yes. So
Papa. So you have to
sure you
understand.
understand. Yes. And apart from that too, I need to upgrade myself too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely need to. So
Well, not to
either
do too
with
much,
my
oh.
playing, no,
Not to do
not
too
doing too
much.
much. Yes, as long as I'm alive to do what I need to do. I mean, that should be my push. Once you are
Okay.
alive in a day, do what you need to do because there are a lot of destinies actually tied to mine. I mean, I'm talking to myself right now. I tell myself that every time. So so there's a lot I need to do. Sometimes it can be a financial assistant to a music
Yeah.
project. So you see how they are also related.
It's always good
Just
to have multiple streams
you
of income. Yeah.
definitely.
My take is that don't do too much. Do what you can
Oh,
handle. Do you understand?
definitely, of course, there are things I cannot even try it. Don't call me. If
Hmm.
I buying and selling, I don't know how to do buying and selling.
I
I
can't
don't know how to
too.
do
Me
it.
too.
I
Yeah.
s- I struggle with it. But people do it
Mm.
easy. So you need to always find your sweets or
Oh,
your sweet spots.
yeah.
The things that you can do easily. I mean, to get. So
Yeah.
that's what I try to do. It's not that
Okay.
in fact sometimes the crypto I I sometimes just like okay I'm bored. Let me go and play my piano. You know
Okay.
so it's not that there's a level that I got to.
Yeah.
That
There's
is
a
where I
limit.
am. I cannot
Okay.
just go beyond that because
Okay.
I cannot come and kill myself. I'll go back to my
My
music.
brother.
Oh yeah, let's brighten up this. Let's learn this. Let's teach this. Because I can't just live for myself. Yes, I need to make myself happy. I need to be happy in whatever I'm doing. At the same time, a lot of people's destiny is actually tied to mine. So I
Yeah.
should not fail. I should not fail.
Yeah.
Should
You're
not fail,
right
whatever it
because
takes. Yeah.
yeah, you're right because in fact this is part of what I was supposed to ask you. It just came to mind.
Okay.
Especially right now, I think gospel music should do or go more into having multiple streams of income. I see some of us, we only wait to be called for concerts, go minister,
Mhm.
and that's very risky.
Yeah.
It's very, very risky. I have some of my friends who do that. I was speaking to
Mhm.
somebody recently, and the guy was like, "And this is what's happening. It's not good." I said, I know.
Mhm.
And the truth is, especially in Nigeria, if not for the bad economy, normally we're supposed to be able to thrive just with music.
Yeah.
Normally.
Absolutely.
I know how
Absolutely.
it is in this part of the world. Yeah. With just music, you
Sorry.
should be able to, thank you. You should be comfortable with your earnings. But in Africa, in Nigeria, most especially, we need to have
Blessed
multiple
country. It's a
streams because
blessed country.
it's a very blessed country.
Very
Oh
blessed
my,
country.
I love my country. You know? Oh my God.
Wow.
So I was discussing with the person, and the person gave me the idea. I was like, I need to talk about it too. So I was gonna ask you before you started talking about multiple streams of income, because what we
Mm,
actually get with the fact that we're not being treated really, really right, yeah, with the same people that they say love us. They
mm,
invite us for ministration, sometimes not being taken care of. Because the truth is that this is our business. Yeah. For
mm.
me, the music is where you're working. You should
It's
be
a big
getting
deal.
something.
Yeah, it's a big deal,
It's a big deal.
definitely.
Yeah. In
Mm,
addition to that, they shouldn't forget. Also, we shouldn't forget that sometimes it's like business. People come buying and selling. You can't be too sure. Every day is not the same with buying and selling business. Yeah. Every day is not the same. Today you might sell this particular amount. Tomorrow is different. That's the life of a musician. Today you might be called. Tomorrow you might not be. There's so many other people, you know.
mm,
So the times you're not being called to minister, Valerie don't come. So what do you do at that time? What should you be doing at that time? I know that
mm.
whatever we get, we should invest it. But what if it's not enough?
Yeah,
So we need to thrive to delve into or put our minds into other things that would fetch us money. Because if we
yeah.
say we want to just put our heart to it, unless you're in a very good church where there's some good churches in Lagos where I know, even Port Harcourt and Abuja, yeah, where
Mm,
they support I would call it support, like you said, where they support their gospel musicians. You understand? I know how it
yeah.
is I have a cousin who is a musician. He's in the secular world. He used to be in gospel, now in the secular. I know what they pay him each time he goes
Mm.
for concert or
A
for
show. Yeah.
performance or yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know what he gets. Is it that they are better than us or what? What's going on? So
Mm.
now that we know that this is what happened, we have to take care of ourselves. We shouldn't just depend on this alone.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
Otherwise,
Omoidoi, welcome. Thanks for
once,
coming around.
yeah.
My deaconess is here, Lydia for it.
Uh,
I'm shy. It's been a long time. So we just need to handle our business, bro, because nobody can see us.
mm,
You know,
yeah,
what has been
definitely,
everything going on right now in Nigeria is affecting the church as well. You know, it has
definitely.
cost
Because
across. So it's
people
raised
are
up.
leaving the churches, going to the secular world,
Yes,
and
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And most of the time, if you check, most of the time it's because of money.
definitely because of
It's
money,
because,
really.
and the way they
Musicians,
get
a
it.
lot of them, yeah. So I mean, some do both, you know. So they have events for Fridays,
Mhm.
shows. They go for secular events on Fridays,
Okay.
or Sundays.
That's
they
normal now.
they'll be in church, and
That's
so I mean, it happens. I've actually gotten an offer to that, but like I said,
okay.
yeah, but I rejected it,
Okay.
without any. I mean, it was a very good offer. Yes,
Wow.
very very good one. you know. But this is what I said to myself, that I'm not judging any of them. Okay,
Mm.
I mean, totally not,
That's full of
because
understanding. Yeah.
I'm also an imperfect person. So I'm not perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
neither do you get it? So I don't judge them. So uh, this, like I said, that everyone has his purpose. Find out your purpose. If your
Yeah, that's
purpose is
true.
to play, just if that's your purpose, please
Yeah.
fulfill your purpose. Oh,
Yeah.
because yeah, the only thing God is going to ask you, did you do what I asked you to do?
Yeah.
That's just what it's going to ask you. It's not
It's
going
the
to ask you
sign of your purpose.
which church.
Yeah.
It's not even going to ask you the church that you played for.
Exactly.
Strictly what I gave to you. What did you do with it? So it's either you reproduce what God gave you, or you squander. I mean, you definitely ate up everything. You know, so it can be that way. So reproducing in a wrong way, which is also not accepted by God. You know, so I mean, there's a lot.
Yes.
So you need to just
you
do
can't
those
be
checks.
sitting on the fence. You can't be
No, no,
sitting
no,
on
no,
the
no,
fence.
no. It's either you are
You
here
must
or there.
understand or there.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's actually one of our challenges that we face.
Yeah,
One of
it
the
is.
challenges we face. Yeah. And I think, man, like
you
you said, understanding your purpose. If
yes,
you don't understand
it's
your
a
purpose,
big
you will
deal.
miss it.
We're just saying it now so easily. Okay,
Yes.
understand your purpose. It takes a lot. I
It's
mean,
hard.
someone who is broke. Please don't tell me about purpose. I
Okay.
mean, forget purpose. Purpose. Who
Yeah.
purpose help?
Okay.
Who purpose help? You know. You know. Really, I mean, yes,
Oh my God.
we're laughing about it, but that's the truth. Who purpose help? Purpose no help me. Nah,
My
I won't find
dear,
it in my own shop.
the reality on ground, if you
Reality,
see,
you
reality
know,
hits you.
you forget goal. Now we are anywhere beneath face.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is where it's happening. Let's go there. You know, that would be the other entity. Let's go there. Okay, they happen for you.
Oh
Let's
my
move there. You know, so forget purpose. Purpose kept. I beg. No, don't give me those gists.
We move.
Purpose. We move. We move anywhere beneath face. You know. You know. I mean, because during that the lockdown period, I mean, a lot of people were
Oh,
really affected.
my boss is
Yes,
here. Ejeki, welcome so much, sir. Thank you for coming around.
welcome. Thank you for coming around. So,
Yeah.
I was saying during the lockdown, the 2020, I learned a lot that season. You know, I mean, like what I told most of my friends, musicians, you know, like a lot of them were laid off. Very fantastic players. They are very good, better than me. Yeah, most of them are my mentors.
Wow.
They were laid off from their churches. I was like, really? Yes, of course, there were churches who did not lay off. My church did not lay off. I'm proud of them. Yes, and in fact, when we had a meeting, because I've been hearing about different churches laying off their staffs, they are fantastic musicians. Like, really? You guys are good. Why will you lay them off? And, you know, 2020 happened to them. You know, and yeah, and this is what my pastor told me, and you know, in fact, I can never forget. You know, we had a meeting with musicians, you know, and he mentioned something that God did not tell him to lay off anyone. You know, I was like, really? Okay. You know, because when we had the meeting, I was already expecting, like, okay, you know, somebody, one or two persons will be laid off today. Because during those lockdown, you know, like I said, I learned a lot. I have a studio, like I mentioned, you know, I mean, so during those lockdown period, where we had to, you know, we had to introduce some virtual ministrations. We had a music director. I wasn't a music director at that time. I was just a pianist in the church, and I have a studio. So I mean, we introduced the virtual ministration, and I have a studio. I was doing the music directing job because I have to arrange the harmonies, give the harmonies, you know, because I have to, all our musicians should be in 4 minutes. So I have to arrange those musicians. If they are more than, you know, so I have to rearrange and what have you. I have to play it. So I'm not playing it, so I have to play. I'm the soundtrack. I'm the bassist. I'm the guitarist. I'm the pianist. I'm the music director.
Whoa.
You know, and we have all of that. We have the music director, we had a bassist, a guitarist, you know, a drummer, we have all that. I watched everything that
Wow.
season. You know, so when they called for the meeting, I was like, okay, I know I'm safe, quote unquote, because I was already
Yeah,
doing that for
because
months. Do you
yeah,
understand? So
yeah.
there was a value that I'm rendering. So they can't, you get. So
Sure,
now,
like
you know, but this is what happened. Well, like I said, my pastor mentioned that he's not going to lay off anybody. That God did not tell him that. I was like,
wow.
wow,
That was really
that's really
sacrificial at that time.
it. Yes, at that time, because I
Mm.
mean, obviously, no one's. I mean, there was no physical gathering, you know,
Yeah.
for months, you
Wow.
know, and
Wow.
still
Wow.
was faithful. In, I
Wow.
mean, monthly salary. The guys were not doing anything, but they were
I heard
praying. I
I
was
heard
like,
some
hey,
churches had to cut like into half. The one
thank
I think
you. A lot of churches did that. A lot of churches did that. I know a lot of churches, my because I mean I have a lot of friends and all that. Some
a friend told me
I was
that
like, oh no,
it
no.
was difficult. It was
It wasn't
difficult.
funny for most guys, really. And this is what I told them that I couldn't look for a correct English. And this is what I spoke it in pidgin. I said any musician will not get sense. This 2020, no will get sense ever for
Again,
life. You know,
it's true.
I mean, yeah, really. I was
It's
like,
true.
really? Okay. I mean, some of them they had to move on because I mean, it took a long time for you know events starts coming in gradually.
Yeah, bro, sorry. Welcome, John, Ejeba, and Gloria Roland. Welcome, sis. It's been a long time. Oh, my friends are just.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, you're an amazing
Brother,
person. So amazing and having an amazing session, and
brother,
obviously we have amazing people coming to
I'm,
watch amazing and
I'm
I,
shocked
I,
how you could make it because you're not boss. You're not my boss, so
I
I'm
beg, I beg.
to have you.
I'm an
So this
upcoming.
yeah, not a
I'm an
wash,
upcoming.
not a wash.
I'm an upcoming. You know, I'm an upcoming. Really, I'm still
I wish I was going to sit down, Jerry.
really,
We
I
still
am
want
really
to
because
we
the,
still want
and
to and I appreciate it.
yeah, yeah, of
That's
course. I mean, definitely, we appreciate everyone. Yes, but just you know that I'm still an upcoming. You know, because I
I
have
know
mentors.
I know you,
I have
don't worry.
mentors.
I
I
know
think
you,
that-
Jerry. You know go stop
I will,
you. Okay.
we dey talk about music now, and you are putting on black and white. I will have color black and white for the keyboard. Is that not fantastic? As though did we plan it? We didn't plan it.
We
You
didn't plan
know?
it. Really?
Yeah.
No, now I'm saying God have mercy.
You know, when I saw it and as we were talking, that was very low. I was like, okay, we
Yeah.
have keyboard black and white. Oh, beautiful, because I actually love black and white. You know.
Wow.
And here you go.
My
So
brother, we said thank you for doing justice to this topic. We're going to be
thank you.
doing it from time to time. We want to engage people, let people
Yeah.
air their minds, let them talk about what they think about gospel artists, getting paid, how they are being treated, money issues, basically, for gospel artists. We want to know how we should be well taken care of because we put a lot. You see these secular people, I love them. They're actually God's targets, but they love themselves more. For me,
Thank you.
love
It's
to
true.
appreciate themselves more
Mm.
than
Yeah.
the way, and we are the ones who are supposed to preach love to these people.
Mm.
Yeah, we haven't really come to the fullness of understanding what God's love is. It cuts across. We should appreciate the way we appreciate our own. When you appreciate your own, it's just like your body. The way you carry yourself is the way other people will carry you. So how you treat your people, that's the way other people perceive them outside. The value you place on them, that's the same value other people will place on them. So I think we can do better. We can actually,
Definitely.
yeah,
Mm.
it's not where we're
Yeah,
not
and
where
exactly. And for musicians, we musicians of gospel gospel
Yeah.
artists or gospel musicians, you
Mm.
know, one thing sorry, I think I didn't cut it
No, no,
out
no, no,
from
no.
there.
It's
So,
okay. It's
okay,
okay.
you know, so it's a hangout talk, Abby.
Yeah.
You know, so just
Anybody,
hanging out.
anybody can.
Yeah. You know,
Yes.
so this has been a burden, you know, really sincerely from my heart long time ago, and the disunity between musicians, you know,
Hey,
and
another thing. It's because I've been
you
looking at
know.
my time. We said one
Oh,
hour.
okay.
It's
Oh,
because of
is it one
time.
hour?
It's 1
Jesus,
hour
okay,
already.
it's
Even
fine.
more than it's like 3 minutes past.
Wow, wow,
It's still
wow, wow.
not wrong. It's
Wow.
run. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
Even short
sometimes
2 minutes.
we can be led sometimes to talk about, I mean, can create other days to talk about, but the disunity amongst, man, the truth that
Yes.
I don't, you know, I was like, hello, everybody, God, if I, we are brought, we are in this world for a particular purpose,
Purpose. Yeah.
and everyone is unique. It's not
In their own
competition
way. Yeah.
in their own ways. We are here
Mm.
to complement each other and not to
Ah,
compete with
man.
each other.
Bros, what
I
I
mean,
heard a
so
month ago wasn't good. The disunity,
wow,
the competition, the rank
is
war.
it's
I don't
becoming
know.
it's becoming and unbecoming. But the secular guys, oh my word, you need to see. I had to start learning how to actually synergize. You know, I learned that mostly, of course, there's one secular band. I don't know. I mean, they are called Snacky Poppy. Some musicians might know it. You know,
Okay.
there's this thing I learned from them. You know,
Mm.
they are not gospel musicians. You know,
Oh,
but
okay.
what I learned there is their synergy and they're complementing each other's uniqueness. That
That's
was
it.
that was that,
That's it.
that was I
Yeah.
mean that stood out for me for them.
Mm.
I watched them
That's
a
it.
lot. I watched them a lot. I mean, we'll have three guitarists
Mm.
and they are playing one music. Nobody is
Wow.
dragging who is going to play this. All
Yeah.
well structured. This music is a combination
Wow.
of sounds that is
Music is
pleasant.
about
You know,
synergy.
it's
Music is
synergy.
about,
Exactly.
I don't even know how to put it. The thing is, at the end of the day, people want to hear good music. They're not interested
Yeah.
in who comes to lead, who is
No,
in
no, 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 no,
front,
no,
who takes the front
no,
stage, who does
no,
this,
no, no,
who
no, no.
doesn't do that.
No. And if you are given
Just,
the opportunity to improvise, okay, show us what you got. Then show yourself
yeah.
as well. Holy
Yeah, show
Spirit, show
yourself.
yourself.
Yeah.
If you want to run all the reefs, if you want to play all the reefs, I mean all the strokes, whatever, do it. But
But
at the point where
Tayo warned us that it's more not to do risk and run.
I mean, which is yeah, yes, it's good.
Okay, you didn't
In
say
as
it.
well that you want
Okay.
to be. No, I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Okay.
I didn't say
He said,
it. Sorry,
he said, musicians, stop doing a lot of gymnastics with your voice. There's a way you put it. Ah, I laughed and laughed. Daddy, I laughed, Taya. Daddy, I
you
laughed, Taya. Ah,
know,
man.
and I mean,
Yeah,
and
so.
that's so true. And also,
Mm.
okay, time is actually out. I mean, so I'm just trying to hold myself. You know, then also
Okay.
in churches, because I mean, whatever we're talking about musicians and
Yeah.
gospel musicians, you know, in churches, I mean, just controversial things and all that.
Mm.
Even also during performances, you
Mm.
know, please, every church have their own doctrines. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and they have their own style of how their music, you know,
Should
work.
go. Mm.
Musicians, please learn it. Learn how they do theirs. If it's not the
Yeah.
way where you're coming from, just learn it. You can
Mm.
always introduce your own style. That is after you have learned how they do
They
their thing.
operate. Yes. You
Yes,
must
so
respect
that
it. You must
you
respect
must.
it.
I mean, you I mean that's someone's vision.
Yes.
Yes, you are
You
coming
must
to
respect
add
it.
to the. Of course, definitely you have to respect it. And you're
Mm.
coming to add to someone's vision. You are adding to the vision. You are not coming to take over the vision.
Yes, yes.
there's there's a pattern. Yes, you want to introduce something new. I mean, there are a lot of churches who are flexible. Some
Mhm.
churches who are not flexible. So those
Mhm.
who are not flexible, please run away. Those who are flexible, stay there and introduce. I mean, like I said, we are
Yeah.
unique.
It's
Introduce
like
your
being
uniqueness to them.
creative. You can be creative around.
Exactly.
There's just a way to go about it. Yeah. Still
Exactly. Now,
maintaining their doctrine or their whatever,
exactly.
their style.
Exactly. Now, when I got into my church, I mean, the church I'm still, I mean, I got it. That was 2012 to date. I usually don't move from church to churches,
Wow. That's
you
good.
know, and I mean, a lot of churches, a lot of people move from one church to, I mean, so but mine
Yes.
is not like that,
Mhm.
So, um, when I got into the church, and there's a progression of songs. In fact, I've played for the artist, and so I know the progression of the song very well.
Okay.
But when I got into this
Brilliant.
church, into my
Mm.
church, and they are playing it, the progression is different from the original progression that I know because I've been, like I said, I've played for the artist. The funny
Mhm.
part is that I played for him, so I understand the progression very well. Now, this
Okay.
my church is giving me a different. The church I joined rather, is giving me a different progression. I was like,
Ah,
okay, ah,
that's not funny.
it's not funny. So this is what
Yeah.
I did was, of course, not everybody is unique and have their own ways of approach.
Yes.
Okay, yes, I try to introduce because like I said, I know how the artist reads. So I know the progression of the song. I've played with them. So I know they can't even I can wake up and play it, you know.
Okay. Okay.
So and they're playing something different. I'm like, okay, that's not the way. They said no, that's the way they play it in this church. Now this is
That
what
thing
I did.
they pinch me. That guy they pinch
Yeah,
they pinch me.
it
You
pinch
just
body.
have
So
to.
this is what I did. I said, okay, okay. I had to learn how they play it. It was really tough
Ah.
for me. It was tough, yeah, but I had to learn it. I learned the way they are playing it, and it was later if I later on I found out that it was even an added material to the knowledge I know what I already know how they play
Okay.
it. It makes
Okay.
me to be open, to have an
Yes.
open
It
mind
takes a lot
to
of patience, though.
it does. It's not just the same.
Yeah.
you know,
It's
imagine you
easy
want
to say.
to unlearn all the things
Ah, man.
that you no,
Ah,
But
crazy.
just continue. I mean, I might be encouraging someone here. Just keep
Yeah.
learning from how they're playing it. In fact, it's an added knowledge.
Yeah.
So keep
It is.
learning from them. Yes, I mean later part I actually introduced the one I know. And like, wow, they didn't see it that way. But I was saying it from the beginning. Why did you hear me to get?
Ah, okay. After you have
Yeah.
learned, oh my
After yes,
goodness.
because I have to work it. This is how they do it. Okay, let me
Yes,
follow the
first.
way you guys do it. Then
Okay. That's
and I introduce that original. They're
yours
like, wow,
to
that's
them.
nice too. Yes, and now we can always play around with any of them. And
That's
music is
good.
beautiful because we are playing I mean is a combination of sound, not just all
Yes.
playing
Yes, yes,
different
yes.
chords and all that.
All put
So
together. Yeah. And music
yes.
is universal. It's
Mm,
universal. I've
I
been
mean,
to
yeah.
studios where still a professional backup singer. I go to studio, I do a lot of backups for people. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a
There was a
professional.
time,
You're a pro.
yeah.
You're a pro.
Honestly, that's there was a time. Could you believe that there was a time I was asked to do a Calabar song, like to back up a conk Calabar song. Carol Strings. Oh my God, really? Cario. Cario, welcome. It just the music, it just run come. That's good. Cario is a very good musician,
Hi, Cario.
guitarist.
The
Bass, I
pleasure.
think it's the bass or lead
Wow,
guitarist. Cario.
wow, amazing.
The last time I heard it was in Lagos. I don't know. Is it Lagos
Wow.
now or Abuja? One of these big churches. Cario, you're
Yes, yes.
welcome.
You're welcome. I'm in
Amber.
Lagos, Cario. I'm in Lagos, Cario.
You guys should hook up. Oh, Amber, this guy's a bad guy. You guys should hook up.
No, I'm bad guy. I knew.
What was I trying to say? I was talking about doing a Calabar song. You know this.
Yeah.
You know this normal Calabar song we do. This conk. I don't know where the girl came from. Very conk, you know. And I'm saying this to just add to what you said. When you do people's stuff, sometimes after aligning yourself to their kind of music that they do, you become better yourself, and then they can listen to you. When I learned the Calabar, in minutes I learned it. You know, when you're kind of trying to learn something with music, it's easier. But normally, if you just want to like learn it, like normally, it's hard. So, when I just came to Germany, it was difficult for me to know. I thought it's just summer, and I told you yesterday, Abby. I thought it was just the weather here, summer and winter.
Okay.
Most of
yeah, you told me that.
So we have
in this side of the world is harmattan season
and this part,
and rainy season
and dry season
and dry season.
Okay. No, you have dry season and rainy season. Yeah.
Yes, harmattan. Dry season is the harmattan now. That's where we have the dust. We only have when you have dust. Harmattan season, rainy season, rain is falling.
Okay.
Then
here
we can't include August break as part of the.
No.
Definitely.
So music helps me to be able to know the difference between autumn, winter, spring, and summer. You know, that's how it is. That's how it is. But most of it, when I just come, I don't know. So I have to put it into music. So sometimes that's a cue for some people you're watching. If you want to know, if you want to learn, even the book of the Bible up to date is music. If I don't sing it with music, I will not know it. The book of the Bible, I was taught with music. So music, it does a lot of things. It helps. Yeah. Is everything? I believe
so
that.
You teach us.
So I was able to learn it. Yeah.
Okay.
So by the time I learned that Calabar song, I adjusted to her own pace or whatever she was teaching me. And then she listened to me. I now added something that she needed in that song. It wasn't well arranged. I saw that she was a very adamant person, very difficult to talk to. The lady is something else. So I just like, okay, I mean, I can be very slow, I can be very soft, I can be very, calm. I'm very patient. But when the patient is here, when it gets here, I'll let you know very softly. I'll make my point and leave, But I saw that with time she was adjusting because she liked what she was hearing. So she listened to me. By the time I started giving her advice, okay, this is how to go, this is how to go. I said that because of what you said. When you said, after you had conformed to their system, then they could listen to you. Yeah. I think as musicians, we should inculcate this style. We should, because sometimes it would be like, say, we're there at loggerhead. You don't want to listen to this. You don't want to listen to me. I don't want to listen to you. At the end of the day, we're not making the work easy. And God wants us to produce. It doesn't matter who goes first, who is at the back, who does this. If you want to look at the choir, if you say the people at the back they are not important, you will not get the full voice that you're looking for. Everybody in the choir is important. Yeah.
And one thing everybody should even know that when we have the gathering of saints, or the gathering of musicians, and we are singing praises to who?
Yeah, to who?
To who are we singing the praises to? It's to God, right?
Yeah.
So the only person that matters when you are singing, either you are at the back or in the front, is one person, Jesus. That's the only person that matters.
Exactly.
So I think people need to unlearn all that.
And relearn.
And relearn. So
Yeah.
if possible, if I can open the brain and remove these
And
ones and put in and renew their minds, and really, I mean, if musicians or singers can get that, being in the front or being at the back,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
matter. In fact, I love to always be behind the camera, behind the scene.
I was going to say that I'm that kind of person. I'm a very laid back.
Okay.
I'm a very laid back person.
In fact, I prefer to stay there. I will give them my full support. I'll push it. I'll be there behind myself.
But because of the assignment, you just have to be in front.
Yes. When is the time? When is your time that you don't have to? I mean, really, because I was offered a music director for that was 2 times. And yes.
In the same church?
Yeah, same church. I didn't accept.
In the same church?
Twice. Yes, I didn't accept.
Oh, okay. Why?
I said I love to be at the back. Let me be. I like support. I just want to be supporting. Let me just support. I'll give you my full support. But now it's not that way. I'm like, okay, Oga. There's no. You have to be
honest, bro. To be honest, I think for the sake of organization, what you said now happened to me as well. I was running away from it. My own is that let the work be done. As long as the job is done, I'm good.
Yeah.
I've never been this kind of, projecting myself kind of person. I honestly love to be, before I know they talk, I don't know how I started talking. The children make it very worse for me. The children have made it worse because even when I don't want to.
That was the purpose. That was the purpose there, to make it work. So it has to come from somewhere. Really.
Even when I don't want to talk, you just have to, prior to this time, I needed to do the work. No, I just don't want any title attached to it, but because of organization, title has to come up. I don't know why it happens.
I still struggle with that. I still struggle with that. Even when organization said this is the title, I said, please.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
To be honest, God is my heart. I know they for title. I just want if I enter into any place where music is done, my own is. That's time I follow Frank. Frank.
Which one is Frank? Frank.
Frank Oyekwari. Frank Oyekwari.
Is it Oyekwari or Tamere?
Oyekwari.
Oyekwari, okay.
Tamere is in US now. Tamere is in US.
Yeah.
Canada now.
Yeah.
Not that one. Frank now. Okay. Frank Oyekwari. Cario should know him. Yeah. Okay. Cario should know him. If he does, before I was given assistant director in my church, then anytime Frank gives us a song to go and score, Frank will be on his toe because every line, anything that goes wrong, I will know. I was like his I don't know what to call it. It was always looking out for me, like this girl. So if on the title of one kind, he didn't say it, but I knew because I would just like, okay, this one. So they started noticing, like this girl really scores her song very well. Every part is also tenor and soprano. You understand? Why? It's not because I'm trying to show myself, but because I don't want to hear anything that doesn't, apart from the notes, the parts. Is it the notes now? Notes on the the notes. Yeah, you're right. You know your work, you know your job. Now the notes, you know your job. Now the notes. When they write when they write notes, or the alto singer, for instance, doesn't sing the exact note that was done in the cassette, then it was a cassette, no CD player. If they don't do it like that, my body no go rest. I'll go and meet Frank. I'm like,
Was
Frank, this. They will play it and I will be correct. So
you know.
they started looking out for me like this girl.
Yeah.
I think
And
I think I think it was all they were thinking in their mind because
mm,
honestly I wasn't looking for a position. But when they called me, my pastor called me
mm,
like, this is what we like to give. I'm like, Pastor, I don't really say no, you will get it. Because another thing I think pastors do that for is because in my mind, or I don't know if it's true, maybe they are trying to keep that person so that in case the person wants a reason to leave, the person will reason and say, I have a position. You understand? Honestly,
I,
because
I,
because I don't know,
sometimes
don't mind that.
yeah, I know, I get.
Yeah.
Sometimes, uh, uh
And I honestly didn't want to be there.
it might be true. It might
I
be
just felt
true,
it was
but
a trap.
the,
I don't want to be held down.
some can. I mean, like there's I mean, I can't just. My life is a life of purpose, so I keep saying purpose.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because um, if it's your purpose at that time and it's coming from your pastor, hey, you need to take this position, is a yes or a yes.
Yes. And it actually
Yeah,
helped me over time. It helped me
thank you.
to
Thank
groom the
you.
talent to always communicate. Yeah.
Of course,
It
you'll be
helped me
better
a
than
lot.
what you were doing,
Yeah.
Yeah, and so obviously, definitely. So
So we talked
sometimes,
about yeah?
yeah, go ahead.
No, please go ahead. I don't want you to forget.
No, I was just, in line with what you were saying that, okay, that, like I said, it's always a purpose. Sometimes, is it, okay, should I actually do this? Sometimes you are given a task that, I know fit do this kind of this thing.
Yeah.
It might be a push to your open door, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be, it might also be a push to your downfall, which we don't pray
But
for.
my brother,
Yeah,
people
you
I
know.
body too much. Like high expectations. Yeah, I get it. I get
Yeah, so sometimes I mean, it can, you can be spoken to directly, um or indirectly. So
mm.
directly or indirectly, I mean, God can speak to you in any way, can speak to you
Yeah.
through men, can speak
Mm.
to you through any means that he wants to. He knows how
Enemy.
he does this thing. You can't put it as this is the only way he speaks to us. No. He's God and we are not. So he speaks to us
Yeah.
in different
At the
ways
end
that he likes. Yeah, right.
hmm at the end of the day, he is pushing you to the place where he wants you to be. Because
Yes,
these
yes.
people,
Mm,
they listen to God, they hear God. So
mm,
when they come to you and approach you that this is your assignment here,
mm,
you go pray about it. But I believe they must have heard God most of the time, not all the time. Okay? Not all the
definitely.
time. Because
Mm,
I've had scenarios where a pastor just finds someone or sees somebody in the church being active in a position and they feel because of that activity the person should be in that position.
yeah,
Sometimes it's not God. Sometimes I
definitely.
there's always
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, everyone, I think everyone should just have a personal relationship with God. I
with
mean,
God. Yeah.
is
Make sure you're in your place.
you, you just have to, you know, because like I mentioned, we came into this world for a purpose, and God wants those purpose that He has given,
Yeah.
wants those purpose to actually come alive. I
Yeah.
mean, to get. I mean, there's a lot. So I think if we will see more just than just the title, you know,
Mhm.
just see more than just see
Kunle,
beyond.
I don't
What do you
know.
say?
Kunle Solomon. I say Kunle Solomon here. I'm trying to talk here.
Okay.
Wow. People not sleep now. I think everybody don't sleep this time. Oh. Wow, this is
You'd be shocked. A
um,
nice time, yeah, really.
wow. Yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean, just like you were God has told you to do this, please don't stop, do more. People want to.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and it might not just be for everybody. It might just be for one person, really, and
Seriously.
that's a big deal. That's a
It
big
is.
deal. You know, it's actually a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
to do a recap, we actually have been talking about how musicians should be treated. Valerie is one of my friends that taught me this Valerie thing. Never took off my head.
Okay.
Are musicians, gospel musicians, are they treated right? Should they take away from church? Should the church appreciate them without them asking? Because we felt that is worries of some pastors, and we too. Are we living up to expectations? When you get a certain amount working for someone, is what you are give the value you are putting, is it commensurate to the money you get? As musicians, gospel musicians, and we think that we should be united. We should be more available to God's house. We know that there are challenges here and there. I think it's about a 2020 saga that happened that affected the whole world. At that particular time that is difficult for people to make decisions, if you're able to make the right decisions, then you can always get it every time. Yeah. We touched on how to make the right decisions under pressure, under high pressure, as a gospel musician. And then we talked about being united. There's a lot of grief, there's a lot of rancor in the body of Christ among the musicians now. A lot of competition, a lot of beef. Somebody did talk to me that the person say, I don't want to call names. These are popular music, gospel musicians in Abuja. They met in a particular church. Okay, one say, okay, this me they come up. The one where they come up, they don't know I'm but into they come up where that one day. These are two people. It's make you go greet your guy. Your guy just do face as if say make a not call him a guy. Make you go greet his senior colleague for the ministry. That one just boom face as if the person don't even come. This is the third party that was talking to me now. She was telling me what happened. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's like, if it's God that we're really serving or worshiping, like you said, why are we doing all these things? Why are we doing all these things? Yeah, it's uncalled for. As gospel musicians, I think it's uncalled for. If the secular
Even
people
amongst,
shouldn't, yeah.
even amongst musicians too. Mostly when they're in a concert, you know, because they are playing for a particular artist. Of course, for me, yeah, we have different artists invited, and different musicians, you know, playing for different artists. You know, for that event, you know, you hear them say something like, "Ah, man, more jam, more wow, more tear shirt, yeah." You know, that actually stopped me. It actually stopped me from, I mean, accepting any artists that call me for any. I don't, because like, okay, what's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of this? I'm not righteous. I'm not, you know. But I mean, I was like, I can't just waste my time. Just coming to, you guys are thinking of how to tear shit, how I go play.
I mean, that's
more show these people competition. That just like what we are talking about is also among musicians and beefing, like beef. I mean, come on.
I know,
like...
brother. I know that, you know, there's still musicians who are still growing in the faith, as much as those who are grounded, you know. We should learn from those who are above us. Let me use the word for lack of words. We should learn from those who are there, so to speak. Yeah, we should learn from those who, in fact, I think every musician should have a mentor.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody
should have
wants
a
to
mentor.
Yeah.
You should have, in fact, if you have different mentors. Now, why do I say different mentors? This is a life. It's not just only music. you can have a business mentor.
Okay. Oh, we're
Yes,
talking about music now. Okay.
yes, of course. I mean, there's music business.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. Okay.
you get, so there's
Nice.
music business. So how do you actually I mean, if it's not ministry, yeah, I mean,
It's really
really,
important. Yeah.
yeah, it's important. So this me, I mean, this is what I try to do every time.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, okay,
Okay.
so in music itself, we have different genres in music. We have the jazz and what
Uh,
have you and all that. So
I love my
I
music. I love music.
I, I have mentors, different mentors in their different
Okay.
genres. Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
I have reggae mentors.
Oh.
I have jazz mentors. These are different people because I know, I mean, they are pro on that. So
Yeah.
I learn from them. That is okay, music. The business itself, first of all, I just go away from music to learn the business because I know it's going to
Yes.
be of value for
Yes.
my music
Yes.
business.
Yes. Yes.
So that's why I could even set up a studio because I learned from a business person
Wow. That's cool.
to get. So I can get some equipment and I can make music for people and I get paid.
Wow.
Different from the ministry itself.
Mm.
Okay. So there are mentors, I mean, they can be direct mentors, they can be even books. Yeah. If you are reading someone's book, the
Please,
person is
guys,
mentoring you.
you have to patronize him. But he's a good guy. Very good producer. Patronize him, I beg.
I have my boss here, Uncle Mr. Tayo, that I've never seen. I hope to see you one day. I know I left. Wait, so I left Benin when I started. I was like Tayo. I said, okay, Tayo. I'm sorry, Tayo. We know Jerry. Jerry, are my
Yes, yes, yes. Jerry,
Jerry. You know
um,
Jerry? I'm sure you know Jerry.
I know Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry with
Mis-
his brother. What's his name? Jerry plays bass too. Yeah, he plays.
Jerry he plays the keyboard. Yeah, he plays the
Okay,
keyboard.
I know
I'm sure. Yeah.
he plays bass
Mm.
too. Okay, plays the keyboard.
Yeah, he's also multi
Choose it.
talented too.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. He's in
Yeah.
Christ choosing.
So
Yeah.
you will know Kingsley now.
Uh-uh. Very well.
Your people were here. Okay. Okay.
I know Kingsley very well,
Okay.
very well, yeah. So I
Okay.
actually left Benin, then first I here in Tara. I have a
Lagos.
lot of people there. Yeah, exactly.
At the point,
Nice time.
everybody was running to Lagos. That's what was happening. Everybody was running.
Yeah, and what even brought me to Lagos was even music. It wasn't music that brought me to Lagos. Yeah,
What
it wasn't
took you to
music.
Lagos?
What took me out of Benin was music, but in Abuja, I went to Abuja.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what brought me to Lagos? I I was, in fact, although I'm still a telecom engineer, side honestly.
Mm,
you know,
that's good.
so I was into telecoms, although I
Okay.
still have the knowledge. Yeah, so I was in telecoms. That's what brought me to Lagos. You know,
Wow.
so
Wow.
I was doing telecoms. I've gone far into telecoms to the point where God said, "Oga, go back to your first love." Was the party. That's another story for another day.
Okay.
That's a story for another day.
We have a lot. We have a lot to talk about. I
Exactly.
think the next time, if you're going to be available, I'd like
Okay.
to also invite somebody, maybe the third person, who would also talk with us whenever we just arrange something. I want us to
Okay.
talk about. I already jotted the things that we're going to be talking about from time to time, but this just came to mind. Should musicians, is it every churches we should go to sing? We're going to talk about it later. The topic is going to have other side issues as well, but that's going to be the main focus. Because I said this because somebody made mention of something. The person said, what if God is not asking you to go and minister in this church? and you're not sensitive to know. Because I don't want to, I'm just trying to avoid mentioning names because this is going to stay a long time, okay? I don't want to be misquoted. And the pastor said that he has warned his choir members not to go to some certain churches to sing. Or, and he also said that if before the member would go out to minister, no matter how much has been given to her or him, they must fast and pray to know if God wants them to go there. Because it's not all altars we should climb. Yeah. Okay? It's a very sensitive. When I heard him say it, I was like, oh, God. We don't enter Wahala in the past. We don't know. Because all in the name of, we have to be there. You understand? We know there are some very, obvious churches that we know we can't go, of course. But still, within the parameters of your own zone, so to speak, must you go to every church to minister without hearing from God? All in the name of is a church. Do you understand? Because of all the that we don't know. That one, later topic. Because without that one, I will not go sleep. So, matters arising. Basically, music is vast. Music is too wide. It's a big topic to even handle. You can't handle it in a week. There's just lots going on around it. It's been in my heart to talk about this. I'm happy we're able to talk about it a little bit. We'll throw more light on this next time we come. If it's possible, we could do this weekly. I think it's not bad. Maybe later weekly or twice in a week or however we can do it by the grace of God. Yeah.
As long as you are led to, please.
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
I
think it's difficult. So you pushed me.
Yeah, I pushed you. That's what I do. I like to push people from the back, and you have brought me to the front to talk. You should have allowed me to be supporting you.
Last, you can rescue me too. So I'm glad. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Interesting, and all my friends that showed up, I still see them, they're still hanging in. It's just so interesting, exciting. It's been an awesome experience with you guys. Thank you for showing up today. I can see Cario, I can see, what's the name? I can't really scroll now. Thank you guys for making this a very interesting one. And please guys, help me give a round of applause to our guest, Don Seth. I call him Dane. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the short notice, just a few days ago, and you turned up. I appreciate it. I didn't take it for granted. Yeah. And funny enough, guys, I haven't seen him face to face. I haven't seen him face to face before.
No.
But I was the wife is such an interesting person to chat with. Thank you. My love to the kids. I think I should allow you to go attend to them. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you guys for being here.
Let's always follow ourselves. Those online.
Please support ourselves.
That's the way to grow we should grow the kingdom too.
Yeah. Basically. Your last words. You want to say your last words?
Okay, I think the last word I would just say that I pick it from what you mentioned it during one of the topics, and you said there's always a better way of doing what you're doing, and that's really huge for me. So I think whatever you're doing, if you think that you're there's always a better way of doing it. People are even doing better. You are still here, so there's always a better way of doing what you're doing. So just remember that and know that you need to keep growing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that caps it off for us. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. Please tune in again next week. We're coming back next week. We just want to make this more often as possible. God bless you. Thank you for coming in. How do you say goodbye in Delta? How do you say goodbye in your language?
Okay, I'm Igbo, so bye bye. That's hard for me.
Jesus Christ. Seriously? That's hard for you. Wow.
Yeah, I understand, So I'm actually Igbo, Abia State. This is the strong Igbo.
Yeah, you told me. I'm sorry.
Igbo.
I always see you as Delta. I don't know. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I always see you as
No. In fact,
okay.
a lot of people they tell me I'm from Benin. Yes, I know I grew up in Benin, so it's fine.
Okay.
In fact, I'm a global citizen. So. So
you will explain that next week. Okay.
Yeah, off camera.
Thank you, bro.
All right. Great time here. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.